Good morning, students. Today we will do chapter number 3 from your book First Flight, that is textbook in English for class 10th. That is on page number 32. Let me show you the index first. Here is the index. 2 stories about flying, chapter number 3, page number 32. Today we will do only the part 1 of this chapter. So let's come to the text even. I am showing you, this is the text. 2 stories about flying. First part is His First Flight by Liam of Lahore. So before you read, let me brief you with some of this thing. What is this chapter about? Since the earliest times, humans have dreamt of conquering the skies. Here are 2 stories about flying. So first part is dealing with a young seagull is afraid of flying and how does he conquer his fear. So chapter number 3, 2 stories about flying. We would do the part 1, His First Flight, that is written by Liam of Lahore. He was born in 1896 and died in 1984. He was an Irish novelist and a short story writer. Basically, his work was related to the island and common people. And in this story, His First Flight, he is just making you understand what is the value of self-confidence. So let us understand the main characters first. Here, main character is young seagull. He is the protagonist of the story. His mother, father, his brothers and sisters. All the brothers and sisters are only appearing. There are no dialogues of brother and sisters. So let us read out the story. Okay. So I will tell you the summary of this story. His First Flight. The story His First Flight gives an account of a young seagull who is afraid to fly. Okay, so let's discuss the summary even. The story goes on to show how eventually, with his mother's help, the young seagull conquers his fear and completes his first flight in the triumph. Let's see what happens in this story. Okay, so the young seagull stood alone on the ledge. This is the starting of the story, how the story starts. Days ago, he has watched his brothers and sisters take their first flight. Okay, they were although younger, but they have already learned how to fly. Though their wings were smaller than his, they had run to the brink and they jumped. Okay, the mother and father called to him shrilly. They were calling him, yes, come on, just try to fly. Even they threatening to let him starve if he did not jump. They even threatened him that if you would not take a fly, you would die starving. But he was afraid to jump because he was not having any self-confidence. It was such a long way down and he was sure his wings would never support him. Because as I have told you, he was not having any self-confidence about how to fly and he should take a fly or not. So now he was alone on the ledge under the blazing sun. The day was up and it was noon time, so the sun was blazing. He did not eaten anything since last night because the day earlier already the family has moved to the next cliff. All morning he watched his parents teach his brothers and sisters the various skills of flying. He has seen his older brother catch his first fish. They had also teased him all morning. Who teased him? The brothers and his sisters. They were teasing him because he was not taking a fly. Morning from their perch on the opposite cliff. It was very hot and the seagull was very hungry. He walked to the edge of the cliff and pretended to be asleep. Okay, hoping his family would notice him. He was just showing the tantrums. He was just making it feel like I am dying of hunger and at least somebody would take a mercy on him and would come to him. But his brothers and sisters, they were already sleeping and his father was cleaning his wings. So his father was not paying any heed to his mood. Only his mother noticed him. Obviously she was having the heart of a mother, so she took noticed him. Now and again she would tear a piece of fish and then scrape her beak on the stone to sharpen it. Seeing this, the young seagull, mad with hunger, let out a cry because he wanted at least some mercy from the mother. He wanted a piece of fish, but his mother dismissed his cry. He cried and begged again. Then he screamed with happiness when he saw his mother flying towards him. How she was flying? With a piece of fish. So he was hoping that whatever he was desiring, he was granted for that. But she stopped near the edge. As she was so near, she was just stopped near him. The piece of fish was just within his reach. The young seagull jumped forward to snatch the piece of fish. He screamed as he fell down. Okay, so the terror seized him and his heart stopped. He was panicked because he didn't even assume that what would happen to him. But it was only lasted for a few minutes. Then his wings spread because it's a natural phenomenon. Okay, so he felt their tips cutting the air. He was not falling but soaring in the wind. He no longer felt afraid because now he was not falling. He was starting with the smoothness of the air. Flapping his wings, he flew upwards. His family joined him, emitting loud screams. They were applauding him that, "Oh, bravo, you did it." Forgetting that he had been afraid to fly, the young seagull now dove, curved, and soared in the air. Now he was also adapting how to fly. He was close to the sea now. His family were already on the water and called for him to land. The young seagull did so. His legs stand on the water. Frightened, first of all, he screamed and tried to rise. Then his belly touched the water. So now he was comfortable with this moment. He was no longer sinking but floating in this. His family now praised him and bringing him bits of fish. So this is the story of young seagull. Thus the young seagull, with his family's help, overcome his fear and accomplished his first flight. So this is the chapter. This is the summary. I hope this is clear. Just go through the chapter thoroughly and read out. If you face any problem, you are very free to ask in your Zoom sessions. And even before that, if you want to contact me, you can do that as well. So this is for the summary. I hope this chapter is clear. I would send you the notes, that is picture presentation notes for this chapter as well as written notes. And I would send you a picture presentation as well. Just go through all these things and then you will learn how to just whatever the story was. And this is for the day. Thank you.